on Salvage Hunters.
Oh, look at that. Wow, amazing.
Drew goes head-to-head with the lord of a manor.
1,200.
Tell you what, 11, we'll do it.
1,200.
Cheers, James. Cheers. Thank you.
Uncovers hidden treasures in an Oxfordshire brewery.
That's got to be worth £1,000, hasn't it?
And drives a hard bargain
Is it really cheap?
with a Fairground fanatic in Essex.
How does 600 sound?
Way too much.
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Oh, it gets even better. Wow, nice original frame, no rot.
He scours the country in search of weird and wonderful objects.
Boom! Now, that I would like to buy.
He'll even venture abroad into uncharted territory.
Skull.
My family started this farm 1,200 years ago.
1,200 years ago.
There's nothing he won't buy.
They're in great shape, aren't they?
With help from his wife Rebecca and a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items from junk to gems. At Drew Pritchard's Antiques in North Wales, the showroom needs to be kept stocked. Drew knows pieces of British history sell well, so where better to seek them out than at quintessentially British locations. And with rare access to a grand stately home on the cards, Drew and T snap up the offer. The lord of the manor is clearing out several rooms and thinks there will be things of interest to Drew. They're making the 2.5-hour journey from Base to Carlton in Yorkshire.
You know my love of country houses?
Yes.
Probably it's top 5.
Really?
Top 10, this one's staggering.
Hi, I'm Lord Gerald Fitzallen Howard, and this is my wife Emma, and we are at Carlton Towers in Yorkshire. Well, there's been a house here since Doomsday. We've been living here, the family, since about 1301.
Absolutely everything is obviously original as you see it. We haven't changed a thing, have we?
Nope.
No.
The present house was extended in the 19th century by Edward Pugin, making it one of England's greatest examples of a neo-Gothic Victorian house. With such providence, could this prove the perfect opportunity for Drew to buy a piece of British history?
Oh, look at that. That is
something special, isn't
There
it?
you go. Of all the country houses we've been to, number 1. That is wonderful. Look at the door furniture. Wow, T. Check this place out.
This is
Wow.
proper job, I think, as they call it.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hi, hello.
Hi there. Drew.
I'm Gerald.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Hi,
Drew.
very nice to meet you.
Drew.
Hi, Drew.
How are you?
Very nice
T.
to meet
Hi,
you.
I'm Gerald. Good to meet you.
What can we say? Wow.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Amazing.
welcome to Carlton.
Breathtaking house.
Oh, well,
It's
thank you very much.
amazing. I mean, we go around country houses a lot. We're very, very privileged, and this one just knocks them all for 6. The condition of everything, this room's amazing. It looks so original.
Well, it is. I mean, this was done in about 1870, and it's never been restored. It's how it is.
And you've got a man's head on the fireplace.
Saracen.
Yeah, that's the family
What do you
crest.
expect?
You've got to have a Saracen.
Oh, yes.
There, what's the significance of that?
I think it was one of my ancestors was in the Crusades,
Right.
and he beheaded a Moor in front of the King of France, Spain, and England, or something. So the head was then presented as the family crest.
Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
so he.
Presumably he was about to kill him.
I think he was about to kill him, yeah.
Presumably he was saved his life.
He was,
I'm
yeah.
assuming, I'm assuming it wasn't just for the hell of it.
No,
They weren't going to get on after that point, were they? The fact that it's untouched, unrestored, that finish on the walls, the finish to the paintings, to the chimney piece, to the floors, to the furniture that's in there that's original, is totally untouched again. That's rare wherever you go. To find it, you know, over here in Yorkshire is incredible. It just gets better. Everything I look at.
That's what the house was.
Oh, I
That's
see.
sort of 1614.
And it was called Carlton Hall then.
Carlton Hall. The clock
Yeah.
is the original clock that is still up in the tower now, that is dated 1777. So I can say to Americans, you know, my clock is as old as your nation. And it's been ticking ever since then, and still ticks up there.
Drew could indulge himself all day, but it's time to get down to business. First stop, the cellars.
And the wine cellars through there.
What's this then? Country house?
This was in an auction years ago.
Yeah.
We had a sort of a attic sale,
Yeah.
but it didn't sell.
And it never sold.
That's a shame. It's not a terrible thing, is it?
Yes. Well,
It's rather charming.
It hasn't got a massive retail appeal.
No.
That's the only thing I would say.
Okay,
But it's
okay.
got something about it.
It's got a charm.
It's got a charm, but it's
Yeah.
also in pretty bad condition.
Yeah.
It's a bit ropey.
Yeah, I
to be
think it
honest
would
with you.
break if you,
You
if
sound
we
like
sat
a
in
dealer
it.
trying to get a price down.
I love the magazine rack, don't you? It's almost, you could almost argue it's a bit naff. It's got a magazine rack. That's still pretty sturdy.
It's just some of the caning, really, this here.
I think, Gerald, we
damage
should
to that.
try and get this.
I think we should restore that.
And you've got
I
some
really agree
caning on
with you.
there as well.
Yeah.
I think it's charming. And funny enough, I'd forgotten that it, in fact, wasn't. It's not that ropey.
No, I'm just looking at
No,
this
but
is
for
the
your
problem.
purposes. No, I'm not saying
I'll
you'll
look at
say it,
this.
but I think we
You've
could
got
use
the
it, Gerald.
seniority. It's eminently usable.
You reckon?
Yeah. It doesn't really fit in with what I do, and there was a little bit of damage, so I wasn't sort of paying too much attention to it. And then Emma was sort of saying, I quite like keep it myself, really, and that's okay. A little bit of work for them, or none at all. Give it a wipe and they can use it. But for me, I'd have to do the work. So, you know, we're going to leave that, and they're going to use it. That's fine. We've got a big country.
It's like an old dressing up box.
Look at that.
Look at that topper. Isn't that wonderful? Do you think that's a...
You could have that for one of your Laurel and Hardy movies. It's true.
A good maker.
So, look how beautifully they're made. Just look. In there. You
Wonderful.
could tighten it to your...
Don't.
Worryingly suits you.
How about this, though? I want to see you
I think
in this
that's
one.
probably. I think that's probably too small.
I think you're more of a top
Oh,
hat.
you look very, very smart.
I'm more of a bowler, you're more of a top hat.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
We've
that.
moved this.
Is it not me?
Not my thing. Trying to concentrate really on what I like. I can appreciate them, but I'm not going to buy them. I'll tell you what, I've spotted something else there. I do like the look of this.
What's that then?
It just looks like just a normal estate, sort of a food cupboard. It's got very, very tall casters on it, though. Oh, look, it's lined in steel.
This steel-lined cupboard is bespoke and made specifically for the kitchen at Carlton Towers. It would have been used as an early Victorian fridge and could fetch around £1,000.
That's something we'd want to buy, and in that
Yes.
condition, I think we'd probably be able to retail
What
it.
would that go
You-
retail-wise?
In that condition, it's probably worth about 400 quid.
Okay.
That's the thing. That it is in terrible condition.
Yeah.
You've got
Yeah,
a problem here
Yeah.
where the door's broken off, and because it's pulled away, and see in here, it's pulled all that out of there. That's going to have to be clamped back in here. Another section let in so you can get the hinges back onto it again. And then just the cleaning, I think, would probably take more time than anything to clean all this steel up a little bit.
Wire brush and
No.
liquor paint?
No.
Glad you're not a restorer.
No.
Yeah, it'd be easy.
Bit of Farrow and Ball on there. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
no,
well away.
don't do that. Don't do that. No,
Take
it-
those casters off, put some new ones on,
Oh,
and
no,
fine.
no. I think you should let me buy it now, just in case you want to restore it.
We'll have a think.
I'll have a think
We'll
about
have a
that
think.
one. Definitely have a think about that.
That's
But that is interesting.
'Cause it's not going to be any good for
it's
us.
interesting. It might be.
I don't think so, Gerald.
I'm rather loath to sell things because
Gerald?
it's so interesting.
I think.
Well, we'll have a think.
Give that thought over a cup of tea.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Emma was thinking, yeah, I want to get rid of it. Gerald wasn't too bothered. So, you know, don't push. You know, I don't like being impolite to people. I like to be honest, polite, straightforward, so we'll just leave it there and walk away.
With the deal on hold for now, Lord and Lady Gerald take the chaps to a storage room upstairs. Perhaps there'll be something there that they would be willing to part with.
I like that.
Isn't it wonderful?
That I like a lot.
Isn't it
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
wonderful?
super.
That is quite good storage, I'm afraid, for us at the moment.
Oh, that's not...
Well,
Return. There you go. Oh, yeah, it's full, isn't it?
It's absolutely chock-a-block.
That I like. Well, when you decide to get rid of that, that's definitely my sort
Isn't
of thing.
it? I mean, that in a
How much would
in a
that be?
kitchen, in a big kitchen.
Something like that, what would I pay for that? A little bit of damage. 800.
bit of damage. Where? damage, that's character.
That's damage. And the handles are missing. The handles all need changing, so it just needs a little bit of messing around.
Something else.
So that's not for sale at present then.
No, we've
Okay.
got.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this is nice.
Please tell me, Drew, what that is, because
It's
God, we haven't seen that for ages, have we?
Never quite knew what it was.
I'm trying to think. It's either a copy or a real one. I'm not sure. Of a Grand Tour piece.
A replica of an ancient Roman temple, this marble souvenir was probably brought back by Lord Gerald's great-great-uncle from an educational tour of the continent. If this were fully restored and had all the pieces intact, it could be worth a staggering £2,500.
Is this something you'd get rid of?
I think
Probably
maybe.
yes.
Would a couple of £100 buy it?
I don't know if it's priceless. I
know.
mean,
It's not priceless. If it was priceless, I'd have given you a big lump of cash and run off with it by now. But it's not. I don't think it's priceless. And I was at a fair recently, and a guy had a whole stand full of them. It was a very nice fair, but it was there was a few of them there. But I genuinely don't know.
I think sort of 5 sounds better.
5.
Yeah.
Well, not to me. No. If I said 3, I think I'd be happy there.
OK, can we think about it in the round with the other things?
OK. All right, so if there's maybe some more, if we find something else,
Well, or
maybe.
the other thing in the cellar, maybe.
Oh, is that's potentially for sale
That's
then?
potentially for sale.
OK. Now, that's music to my ears. That's great when people want to do that, when they say, OK, well, let's sort of group some pieces together. So I thought, OK, great, game on. That means he's thinking the cupboard downstairs and he's thinking that at least, you know, so we're in a place where now he's definitely going to sell things. That's the country house cupboard.
that is stunning, isn't it?
That's super. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd love
I'll take
that.
it. This is absolutely, there you go, bam, the piece I want to buy. These things, they couldn't be more in vogue if I tried. They're just so fashionable to have one of these in your kitchen. And I'm thinking, you know, I'll pay thousands for this piece right now.
This is used. This
Our
is very
life
much
is
used.
in there.
Yeah.
That is a super
That is a
cupboard.
properly
That's
It is,
wonderful.
really is.
That I love, that's got it all.
Yeah.
Do you like that too? Can you sort of see that as well?
house in the right place.
Isn't it wonderful? It wouldn't end up in a scullery, it would be sort of, you know...
It would
front-
be in a very smart,
Would it?
enormous kitchen, wouldn't
Yes,
it? I mean, a
absolutely.
very big, enormous...
Big Cotswolds kitchen.
Absolutely can
in the
see
corner,
that.
all scraped
Yes.
back. That's a cracking piece.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's happy here. It doesn't want to be. It's very
No,
happy
John is
here.
very happy here. And
Knows its place.
when
But I
tell you what,
we
I
won the
can't-
lottery and we buy our Cotswold house, that's where it's going. But for now, it's staying
happy
here.
now.
bit here.
Instantly, Gerald, no, not for sale, still using it. Can't blame him. The reason these things don't come on the market very often is the fact that they're fabulous storage, they're super looking, and they're just a cool piece of furniture. If there is such a thing as a cool piece of furniture, to me, that's it.
Moving on, a table catches Drew's attention.
The bit I can't ignore is this thing.
Oh, that is hideous.
Yeah, it is hideous, though.
It is hideous.
I just hate it because it is weird.
Crafted in Central Europe in the late 19th century, this table's wood has been blackened by using dyes and stains, a process known as ebonizing. Original to the house, fully restored, it could sell for around £1,500.
I don't like it, I have
No.
to say, but there is a market for it.
But presumably you have to buy things you don't like a lot.
No, I
Oh.
try not to. I genuinely, seriously, I try not to buy things that I don't like.
Because
I
you want to
try
be passionate about them and want to restore them and presumably...
and I want my customers to sort
Yes.
of... Because you get regular customers and regular clients looking for things for you.
Yeah.
And they're always after the better things in your style. So you sort of... Somebody clicks into the same aesthetic as you. That's how it works.
Yeah.
This sort of
Yeah.
isn't mine. I do have somebody I can sell it to, though, so I'm thinking, well, I can group that one in. It's ugly as sin. It's horrible. You know, it really is. It's not something I'd want to have in my house. But I know one thing, there is a market for it. It's got a lot of problems.
So you
Got a lot
don't
of-
think you'd probably be interested in taking
I'll buy it at the right price.
Okay.
If there's a profit
Well,
in it,
we'll have a-
you know.
Yes,
If
again,
there's a profit in it, we
we
take it. But
yeah.
What would the right price be, do you think?
£350. I think that would be, yeah.
OK, we'll think in the round. Think
In the
again.
round again. So we've got
In the round
this,
The
the little pillars,
And
and
the
thing
thing in the cellar.
downstairs. So what did we go to on the pillars? 300.
You went to 300.
300 on those.
350.
350 for
And
that.
what was the thing
what
in the...
did we decide on the
I
cupboard?
went in because I was talking to you about that cupboard downstairs in a way of roughly what it was worth, and I went in a little bit too high. I should have seriously, I should have gone at 3 because of the condition. That's where I should have been with it, because the condition is
Right.
not
Well,
so clever.
listen, I hate to say, but we are just not going to be using that cupboard.
No, I know, but you know, one doesn't.
So you've got 350, 950.
So if we go to 1,200, we've got a deal.
1,200 quid. Tell you what, 11, we'll do it.
1,200.
1150.
Is there an echo here or something? No,
Let's see if there's some hearing from...
1,200.
1,200.
Yep, 1,200.
That's it.
Yep. Job done.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Go on.
12, 14, 15.
I could be completely selling off
I could...
great uncles.
You could be, but I don't know.
Wouldn't I?
Because I'd have to be... If I knew more about the value of that, I would tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Deal.
Done.
deal. Okay,
Thank you.
cool. Drew drove quite a hard bargain, I think. I mean, he's a
very good.
Well, I did my best, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Right, ready? Yeah.
I'm just going to move it about a foot.
Today has been an absolute delight. I've been to one of the best country houses in northern England and bought some incredibly unusual things. Sometimes you really have to look at myself and my job and go, I really am the luckiest boy on the planet to be doing this for my living. Wonderful, fabulous day. A great day, fabulous house, and thank you so much for what we bought. Much appreciated.
Okay, take
See you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you again. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
One of the best country houses, got to be one of the best country houses in England. Can't be many finer in private hands.
Back at base, Rebecca, daughter Grace, and the rest of the team are there for the van unload.
Where's Gav? Can you give us a lift with this, Gav? It's very, 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 very fragile. It snaps if you touch it. So that's just to go in for a light repair and a clean, Gav, please.
It's amazing.
If you grab the bricks, I'm all right with this.
Okay, Gav?
Yeah. Right. You said it was heavy.
Nice, huh? Look at that, Beck.
Why the weight? Why steel lined?
Designed to keep something cold or hot,
Oh, wow.
we think. But it's got a fair bit of age to this.
That'll come up really nice, and that'll sell quite easily, I think. What it'd be used for, again, I don't know, but I think it will sell quite well. It'll come up really nice.
And the last item from Carlton Towers is shown off.
Okay, so there's this. It's really attractive, very collectible
I've
as
never
well.
seen anything like it.
It's a souvenir.
From
From the
Greece?
Grand Tour. Well, it could have been, I think, Italy. And I've got two customers, one trade, one private, who will want it.
Drew has had a call from one of his contacts at an old family brewery. They're modernising the buildings, so there could be some original items for sale. It's possibly a great chance for Drew to buy a piece of British brewing history. The brewery is 195 miles away in Hook Norton in Oxfordshire.
We're going to a brewery.
Hey!
And it's our job.
Hey! So where's this brewery?
This brewery is in a place called Hook Norton, and we're going to see a guy called James, who is the now managing director.
I'm James Clark, and we're here at the Hook Norton Brewery in Oxfordshire, the home of Old Hooky. The business dates back to 1849. Some of the buildings on site predate that, but a lot of the original equipment is still there, and a lot of it is also still in use. Very traditional tower brewery, and probably one of the finest examples of a working Victorian tower brewery surviving today.
Might have to taste the beer.
And I'm not allowed because I'm driving.
You're going to enjoy me enjoying beer. Brewery Lane.
Oh, this will be it.
That's the one. Clues in the title, isn't it?
It is.
What a fantastic building. Look at that.
Lovely.
That's brilliant. Look at that. It's like a Transylvanian beer count place.
Yeah.
James.
Yes. Hi,
Drew.
how'd you do?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Welcome to Hook Norton.
We're very pleased to be here.
Oh, we're very pleased you're here too.
You own a brewery.
Dream. Absolutely, and a lovely brewery at that.
It is, I have to say, spectacular. It is absolutely beautiful. Any chance of a tour?
Absolutely, a tour and a tasting. And
a tasting? Oh, lead on.
Tasting before the buying, I think.
He's driving.
Not fair.
Before the real work begins, James takes Drew and T on a tour of the site.
This building's lovely. Look, it's still all original as well. Beautiful, isn't it? Wow, this is a spectacular building, isn't it?
This is the copper house.
I love this. This is proper old engineering again, just all this. I love it. There's nothing about this building I don't like.
Including testing the malt grain.
That's as close as you're going to get to a pint today.
Drew won't find any historical pieces here, so it's off to the cellars.
Just empty. Wow.
So this is the old, what we call the barm cellar, where they used to keep the yeast prior to the days of refrigeration. Yeah. And now it's a storeroom or resting place for lots of our old wooden casks.
So it's just old casks in here, is there? Is there anything else in there?
As far as I'm aware.
A lot of people would buy those, but for me, they're not quite interesting or exciting enough. You know, 15 years ago, I'd have bought all of them. Now we're much more selective, and I only buy things that I really just absolutely love and have to have, and I didn't have to have them.
No, just wooden barrels.
Just wooden barrels. OK. Thanks, anyway. On to the next place, please.
Drew and T are led to an outbuilding that's full of discarded and original items.
OK, so what's this place, James?
Well, this is what was the original grain store. So.
Well, I've spotted a couple of bits that I love already,
Right.
to be frank. A lot of them. OK. Which is over there.
Oh, the lamps and
The lamps.
These two you're after?
Please.
OK. Yeah. There's a couple of
take the
broken
weight.
bits in it, yeah. You OK?
Okay. Okay.
And I did also spot another two down there as well.
Right.
Okay, are you up to gravity? Yeah, there's one more really, really scabby one down there as well. It's in appalling condition, but it is lovely. Really like this. OK, and then we've got this one here. That one's had a hard life. That one's borderline whether that's worth having that fixed. That one's been dropped and bashed. Those ones are a pair. The shape's good. I really like the shape of those two, but that's the one for me. This is lovely. You've got this here, and you've got this woman's face. See this? On there, so you've got like a headdress, and then a cast face. Could be Britannia. So.
Made from cast lead, these lanterns are taken from pubs that are still owned by the brewery. The largest comes from the Coach and Horses in Banbury. It's in such bad condition that it will have to be taken to a specialist restorer. But after being returned to its former glory, it could retail for around £4,500.
OK, so are these for sale?
Potentially, yes.
OK, so what do you want for this one?
I'd have absolutely no idea.
It's a tricky one because it is a good one, but it's a very expensive one to restore. This bent glass section
Glass
here
is going to be
really pricey. I reckon there's £600 to £1,000 worth of glass bending in that to fix that lamp.
Is there?
Yeah. I'm thinking sort of 250 for that one. That's one we would leave. I don't think it's really up to much, that one.
No, I can appreciate that.
These two over here, I think we'd probably go to a couple of hundred for the pair. I think it's probably realistic for those ones, not each. They're quite plain, but they're a good shape and they're a pair, which is always good. What do you think? Are we anywhere near?
I've really no idea, so I have to say no. We're looking to go a bit higher.
$300?
I think we're moving somewhere closer to that, yeah.
So if we're saying, what, a couple hundred for those, 300 for that, 500 for that. If we did 550 for the three, done.
Yeah, if we can get a bit nearer 6 and we can be done. Should have a glass of beer and think about it.
I tell you what.
Trying to get you drunk.
Doesn't need to. We'll do it 575. We'll do a deal, and I'll have a glass of beer as well.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, James. Wonderful.
I'll just have a glass of beer.
Okay. You're welcome.
That's going to cost not hundreds, that's thousands to put that right, mainly because of the bent glass and the condition of the overall object. But the difference from what it is now to a finished item, it will be just remarkable. OK, so where are we off to next, James?
Well, I think we might just have one more item you could be interested in, which is around the back of the brewery.
OK, cool. Let's have a look. Ah, yes, definitely.
So this only
Definitely my sort of thing.
Came out of service 2 weeks ago.
That's got interior design, home and garden, gold, written all over it. I'd sell this to a lady with a very, very nice house, probably in the Cotswolds, who'll want to have it on some nice stone blocks, all planted up outside your house, just look beautiful.
This copper trough is a highly desirable piece of architectural salvage. It was used as a sink to wash the utensils from the fermenting room, and with minimal restoration is worth around £1,200.
What sort of money then? Where do you want to be? Because you were very good with other negotiations.
Yeah, you mentioned selling it to someone in the Cotswolds, so that's got to increase the value.
No, they're quite poor in the Cotswolds these days.
That's got to be worth £1,000, hasn't it?
You're kidding? Really? Not to me, it's not.
Dates from 1899.
No, it's a decorative thing.
Yeah.
It's just decorative. £1,000 is.
Where were you thinking then?
I'm thinking sort of 350 quid. It's got to have some mounts made for it. You can't just sell it on the floor like that.
Right.
And it also narrows, and it's not a big one. They're the nasty points. The plus points are the colour and its originality. So that's where I'm at. I don't really want to pay any more than that for it, to be honest.
We're a bit apart then, aren't we?
We're quite a way apart, but I think I'm being quite fair.
No, I'll be looking for quite a bit more than where I think you are, so...
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
If I came up, I think I could come up to 380. I think that's pushing it for me, really. It's got to be a margin in it for me, there has to be.
Yeah, I appreciate that, yeah. Well done. But I think we've still got a way apart. I don't think we're going to quite get to where we would probably like to be.
Yeah, your start-off point was just way too high for me. Final offer 400. It's, you know, it's not like we're not trying to steal it off you.
No.
It's just things have a value.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I appreciate
there's
that.
only so far I can go before the margin is so tight it's not worth me bothering with. It's great, but it still has to have.
Yeah.
It's still got to have a margin for me to be able to trade that out. So what do you think? 400 quid?
Not really, no.
No?
No, I don't think.
Okay, we'll have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Shame. Okay, we'll stick it back on the stand.
But we'll still have that glass of beer.
Okay. Not being able to buy something like that once you found it actually really sort of narks me, and I feel a bit sick. I think, oh God, I'm gutted really. But I've got to buy it at the right money. I've got to buy it at a price I feel comfortable with. Everything's got a price.
A hard day's salvaging needs rewarding. But with a 195-mile journey back home, only one salvage hunter will be able to sample the beer.
Okay. Cheers, James.
Cheers.
Thank you. That's really rather good.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, it's good. I'll have some more.
Yeah, but you look like you're really enjoying that.
There's two things T really loves in life. There's his girlfriend and there's beer. And beer comes a very close second, I'm sure. So to make him drive today so I could have a beer was very cruel. But that's the way it goes. I'm the boss. Anyway, cheers. Thanks, James.
Cheers. No,
it's been a pleasure coming
really
to
good.
the brewery. It's been wonderful, haven't we? We've had a great time.
Thank you very much.
Delighted to show you around.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
You happy?
Yes. James was a nice chap,
He was, yeah.
but he wasn't going to let me have anything cheap.
No. Well, he's a businessman like yourself.
He's a businessman. He's got his money to make.
He sells beer and you sell
Beautiful things.
Beautiful things, okay.
That's the words we're looking for.
With more quintessentially British items loaded onto the van, Drew and T return to Conwy.
So we've just got back from Hook Norton Brewery.
Where someone had a beer.
And what time did you have a beer?
I wasn't driving, he drove.
Yeah.
And we got some good things.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Isn't it?
Nice, isn't it?
Very nice.
That
Good
is.
looking.
That's a great find.
About the right size, not too big, not too small. Loads of detail. This is going to be, as we know, mightily expensive to have these made, and we need two. That is going to have to go to a specialist. It's going to have to go to not just some bloke who's a bit good at lighting. This is going to have to go to the top boy in the country who does all our very, very specialist lighting for us. It's going to cost, you know, at least a couple of £1,000 to put that right, I should think.
So it's sent down to London, to one of the top restoration workshops in the country. This is a massive undertaking. Taking out the old glass is a delicate job. Before the new curved glass can be fitted, the years of hardened putty on the frame need to be removed.
Most of this is crumbling off because it's really old, but where it won't, we'll put a flame on it and that will make it softer.
Stripper works magic on the layers of old paint. And a new fixture is attached so the lamp can be hung up.
With a wax, I think it'll look great.
Will do, won't it?
Coupled with the wobbly glass, when that goes back in, it still looks thoroughly original.
Drew has always had great success selling old fairground items. With a desire to buy more, Drew has put out some feelers. A circus showman and private collector has got in touch, as he has some pieces to sell. Drew takes T on a 5.5-hour journey to Harwich on the Essex coast.
We're off to see a guy called Ed, who runs a circus for schools.
Hi, I'm Ed Meredith and we're on the sunny Essex coast. I've just been collecting stuff the last 30 years since I was little. Fairground artefacts, bits of stalls, animals, carousel bits, circus posters, you name it, I collect it.
Ed has all his items stored in trailers and sheds in the back garden of his house.
You know how much I love fairground art, antiques, and anything to do with it. I absolutely love it. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure what he's got. So we're here. There you go. That's the one. Yeah. Let's go and say hello.
Hi, you must be Drew.
Ed.
I'm Ed, pleased to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet
Hi,
you.
T. How you doing? How you doing?
Right.
Good trip?
Yeah, no problem at all.
Excellent.
You know why we're here?
Yes.
I'd love to see your collection.
Let's go and have a look. Come on. I'll take you down to the back.
Okay.
See the trailer. Right, watch the bushes.
We're in Narnia in a minute.
Yeah.
Yes. you're in heaven now.
Okay.
Have a little look. Now, it's not all for sale. Strikers for sale.
Oh, you got the whole thing, have you?
Yeah.
Striker tees, another thing.
You hit it.
With a big hammer.
Will someone buy the whole of that, though? To put
Oh, yeah.
one of your
Yeah, for sure. I'm quite keen. It's very exciting for me to see all this stuff. So what I might do is maybe come back and have a look at the striker setup maybe later on. But I wouldn't mind doing the tour of everything first.
Yeah.
I do like these panels. Have you got sort of anything that's old fairground panel painting, anything like that,
pillars.
carving?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, there's some of that for you to look at.
Lovely. All right, let's have a look at that next.
Perhaps these panels from a fairground ride will be Drew's cup of tea.
What age is this? 40s, 50s?
I would think so, yeah. A little bit of renovation on some of them, but there's only a couple like that.
Yeah. So these are just the base. These are just the base kick panels. Goes all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah, there's about 8 of them, and then you've got everything with it, tarpaulin,
The whole thing.
tops, the whole lot.
Okay. No.
No?
It's not quite. It's. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not quite there. Do you know? I like Yeah, condition's gone against this one, to be honest with you. You can tell a lot of this Fairground stuff that we find, because it's used. It's a job, isn't it? So it's worn.
It's working pieces.
Yeah. So I think no.
Okay.
I like it, but I've just given myself a huge headache if I bought these.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll take you over.
Unfortunately, Drew isn't finding the right sort of pieces his customers will want to buy, so they continue on.
More hidden depths. Right, come on in.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Like those?
Yes, thought you might like those.
Yeah, what are they off? They're great.
I think they're off the front of a ride.
Yeah.
1920s, maybe earlier, don't know.
These have got what I'm looking for. They've got old paint, old gilding, they've got obvious age, they're real, they're completely unrestored, and there is 4. The bad news is one of them's cracked and one of them's been cut down. So really what I'm looking at is one good pair, one broken one, and one that's just for bits, really. The paint's good. The paint is good on them.
Well, it's original, isn't it?
The standard of the paintings, I think, cleaned up. They should look good, but they can't repair the painting. They're just going to have to be sold as is.
These Fairground columns would have been placed at the front entrance to a ride and were designed to appear as if they were from an exotic part of the world. After a quick wipe and wash, the 4 columns could be worth around £850.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it's just down to price, really. You know what you paid, so what would you like?
Right, for all of them?
For the lot.
For the lot?
For the lot.
How does 600 sound?
Way too much.
Well, we've got to start somewhere.
I'll start somewhere. Let's start really high.
If I ask you too cheap, you'll say, yes, please.
Yeah, well...
I'll my hand off, so what are you thinking?
I was thinking about less than half what you're asking there.
So you're thinking, what, 300-ish?
No, that's half. Less than half.
Less than half.
Yeah,
Less than half. So...
Because I'm looking at them as a pair, and then I've got an odd one to sell, and then I've got one that's not useless, but it's not far off useless. It's going to sit in the shop and sell for 30, 40 quid. Yeah, because it's just
Give me a
around.
figure that you're thinking of.
I'm thinking 275 for these.
4 will be better.
4 I can't do.
All right,
4 I can't do.
Can you go up from where you are? You go up a little bit, then we'll probably be getting there.
Tell you what, if we went, I'll go to 3. I'll go to 3 for the 4 pieces, 300 quid, and that is me done.
Yeah?
Done.
Go on.
Thank you. That's fair. That's a good deal.
Okay.
No, that's great. OK, well, let's get these out of here. I'd like to see them in the light now as well. Literally, it's a wipe with a cloth, a little bit of wax, and they're ready to go. They're the right size. They don't have to go into a huge project. They can go into somebody's normal-sized living room. These will take those. They're not massive. So, all in all, a good buy with those, happy with those.
I'll let you go first with that one.
I'll tell you what, hang on, move these.
Oh, what's... Seen the posters,
Are these originals?
Yep, all originals.
God, you've got loads here.
Yeah, I just got some out for you to see what you liked. That's American.
That's nice. Look at that, that's great. That's an original?
Yep. 1960s, 1950s, somewhere in that area.
That's great, isn't it?
Probably around about 80-ish for it.
£80 for that.
But if you have a few, we'll do a deal.
These mid-20th century American circus posters were posted around town several weeks prior to the show's arrival. Colourful and glitzy, they are highly desirable and, once framed, can sell for around £240 each.
You know, yeah, it's American, original.
The bits that make it for me is
it's
this.
All the action, isn't it?
It's that. It's this young lady here flipping right over and just the little things that they're on. You know, it's just. I know in this country that the English ones are much more collectible, but over here I'm not thinking about fair collectors. I'm thinking about the decorative market, and then putting them on a wall in a restaurant or somebody's house or a flat in an apartment. That's what I'm looking at these for. That I like. So how much is something like that worth?
70.
70.
What
and
do you feel?
What was the other one? You were coming in at 80 for that one, were you?
Yeah, but I'll do your deal on, you know, stuff. Depends what you...
That one I like as well, just the colour.
You really
of that
like
one.
the American ones, don't you?
There's something, I know, isn't that strange to pick 2 out the same? I had no idea that was American.
And then same company.
Yeah, that's strange
merged.
as well.
You want a pair price, do you?
Well, yeah, if we went...
OK.
Yeah, I'll take the pair.
Yeah? 120.
Sold. Thank
Excellent.
you. Yes, no, we'll have those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
Good.
£60 a pop, we'll take those.
Yeah.
strangely, out of that 100 posters that are there, the only 2 that I want sort of match. They're both American. They're probably around the same period. The colour and the condition's not great, but all in all, very, very decorative item.
With the posters proving such a success, Ed goes off to get more, while Drew returns to the trailer to take another look at the striker.
There, first time. Good, huh?
Thank you for stopping him.
How old is this, Ed?
I don't know.
Not that old, is it?
No.
Just trying to think if it's got enough sort of decorative appeal.
It's basic. Hasn't got all the swirls on it, but then again, it's original and it's wood, and you like wood.
Is it really cheap?
Well, make me an offer, but don't insult me. 50.
Yeah. Because I'm just, to be honest, do I think what I think is original?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possibly the bell.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it's just that lump there. That's original. Everything else is new. This is plywood, galvanised, modern nuts and bolts, modern screws, modern type of look at, you know, sort of font on those. So I can't. It's a derogatory offer, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, no, I paid double that for it, but
it's
you go a little bit, or we'll see what you do on the posters and.
Okay. Ed turns up with another fistful of posters, and we start going through them, and instantly I'm seeing lots of them that I like. Colour, superb.
It's great, isn't it? All original.
And again, it's the same period. It seems to be the same sort of fairground. It's the same type of paper. It's the same colours. It's the same printing method. All of those are coming through every time and again. And it strikes me straight away. I thought, great, I can put a collection together here. Hit me with some prices. There was 2 of those.
5 in total. There's 2 of them and 2 of them. But they're different shows.
Yeah.
So it depends whether you want to buy just one of the design or you want to buy all 5 of them.
Because what I'm now thinking, I've got a good collection, basically, to put together.
Which is nice.
Which is much nicer. Somebody they can do a whole project with this, really. Price, where are we?
Right. All these and that, 400.
OK.
How's that grab you?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to discount that.
OK.
The more I look at it, the more bits I realise there literally is one lump of wood which is original. So that, we're going to forget about it.
OK.
And so you're valuing that at just over 50, so you're looking at these somewhere around the 330 mark. I'm looking at these for the 250. I did make the bell ring first time.
This is true. I'd be happy with 3.
You'd be happy with 3?
Because it's in the same thing, but I'll tell you what, I'll meet you in the middle.
1, 2, 3.
275. There you go. Split the difference with you. That's
Deal.
fair. Oh.
Lovely. Yes, we'll have those. Lovely collection. I'll try and sell them as a collection. A wonderful, interesting, different find, particularly to find American fairground posters in Essex. Wonderful.
Do you want to carry these to the van, so at least you've carried one thing ever to the van?
Drew may have set out to buy some British fairground history, but in the end, it was the American posters which won the day.
All right. So just these.
Okay.
Down there for now?
Yeah.
OK, Drew. Great to meet you.
Thank you.
Lovely day.
Thank you, Ed. Lovely to meet you.
Much appreciated.
Safe journey.
Take care.
Guys.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.
So, circus, fair stuff again.
Circus and fairground.
Yeah.
I love it.
Is there a big market for it?
No.
No.
Not really.
You just like it?
It's very much... I think it's quite a closed and insular market at the moment. What I'm trying to do is sort of open it up a little bit.
The posters, though, were interesting style.
The posters, yeah. I mean, maybe I've got it really right, or maybe I've got it really wrong.
Right.
I'm not sure. And I think the one of the women gymnasts, that performing sort of tumblers, are they called?
Yeah, tumblers.
That one, best thing we bought today.
Really?
I think so.
It would appear to be 2 swans in the middle of the road.
There's 2 swans in the middle of the road.
Hello, swans.
Come on, mate.
Come on. Not having it. Where are you going?
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah.
He's going. He's going.
Go round him.
Where's the swan? There you go. Good lad.
How's that? Not an everyday hazard.
Swan.
Yeah, swan in the road.
Swanage.
Swan delay aside, Drew and T head back to North Wales. Rebecca and the team are on hand for the van unload.
There you go.
That big heavy thing first.
Yeah, we got these But we'll have a look at those in the office later. Some nice posters in there. You'll like those.
OK, look forward to that.
Yeah. So this guy's got Ed Meredith, his name was, and he'd just been into the Fairgrounds for years, and we got these. Look at that.
Stunning colours.
Isn't that great?
Yep.
It's polychrome, the type of paint. It won't be around for long. They're going to look great in a shop. So you can see those. You could stand those up together. They just look the business.
Drew's keen to show Rebecca the circus posters.
Love the colours.
They're all American fairground and circus posters, but I just thought the condition was great. What do you think?
You're going to frame them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's enough of them that I can do something with. They're just great looking, you know, when you put them up. These are just a super authentic, really, really good looking, and they're going to sell well, I should think.
Easily.
John and Gavin have it easy. To get the columns in shape for their debut on the website, only a quick wipe and polish is needed.
That's what I like. 5 minutes and they're done.
I think we could sell them at a bit of a turn. Paid 300. I think we should say 500, 550 asking price. But I don't think they'll be around long because they're a super decorative item, really decorative.
Several weeks later, and the circus posters have returned from the framers.
I'm going to group them like that on the website. I'm not going to put them on individually. It's something I don't do often, but grouping like this, I think looks great. I love them. It's a real statement. Bang, you know, you could build a whole sort of games room for somebody's house here. You could do a whole bar, which is probably the most likely place where these will end up. I think they look just $1 million in these frames. They're not $1 million, that would be nice.
And it's the moment of truth for the lantern from Hooky Brewery as it arrives back from the specialist restorer.
Right. Just trying to check out really what's been done. But it's certainly great looking. Happy.
Good.
Happy. This is going to need to retail 4.5 to 4.9. But I mean, we've poured into this now 3,500 quid. But lamps like this are hard to find. Very, very authentic. Right, I'm going to put it down about there. The fact that it's authentic and not a reproduction, for me, makes it. It's beautiful and it's elegant, and anything that's that elegant is always going to attract me. But for me, originality is where it is. I'm really not interested in anything if it's a fake.